I'm going to talk about one of my biggest regrets on the trip so far. There've only been a couple, but got a big one. Let me get some gas first. Well, I hope this recording is working. Oh, gosh. Leaving Lamar, Colorado, heading today to Hutchinson, Kansas. Looks like we got a nice day for a ride. All right, about the regret. I'm shooting this segment on Miriam's Prism helmet camera that I have hijacked now that she is on her way back to Virginia Beach. Last night in the hotel, I went to download all of yesterday's files, and found out that maybe 80% of the files were missing. And I am just fit to be tied. A lot of good scenery gone. So I don't know if it's the camera or if it's the micro SD card. I did change out the micro SD card recently. That was my spare after I had left the other micro SD card in a hotel, and if I recall right, it was in Oklahoma. So I'm on Miriam's camera. And Miriam got up, we both got up very early, 4 o'clock local time. Took her to the airport, dropped off the rental car, which was, in retrospect, was a good call. We had kept the rental car for tooling around Colorado Springs for a couple of days. With the head colds, we were both fighting. It was so much more comfortable. I'm glad we did that. But now I'm glad I'm back on the Spyder. Dropped off at the airport. Loaded up and started heading east. I noticed a little bit of a unique challenge I hadn't anticipated. Going west, the sun was always to my back in the morning because I had wound up the day by about 3 at the latest. But now I'm heading east into the rising sun, and I've got a glare issue. I also got sunburn issue. A little bit of a sunburn on my face. But I've got a lot of good sunscreen, so I went ahead and lathered up this morning, so that'll help a little bit. Got a text from Miriam. She landed and took a cab home about the time I pulled into Lamar. Energy level's up, but we're also at a lower altitude, so I don't know, half my problem was a combination of altitude or the cold, or a combination of both. I picked up US Route 50 just outside Pueblo, Colorado, and rode it eastward. US Route 50 is one of those famous east-west highways that starts in Ocean City, Maryland, and goes west to Sacramento, California. Originally, it went all the way to the Pacific Ocean, but that section was replaced by the interstate. US 50 also has the nickname of the loneliest road in America. At several points during this drive, that proved to be accurate. This is part of the old Santa Fe Trail. Huh, how about that? Let's go see what Kansas has to offer. No, this is Kansas. Still pretty wide open. I picked up a paper map for the state of Kansas, and I unfolded it. I was trying to identify the 4-lane highways because I thought that they would be a little bit more direct, especially since I was going to try to stay off the interstate. And I noticed that Kansas doesn't seem to have any 4-lane highways that are not interstate. And I thought, well, that could be interesting. But here we are. It's 8:30, almost 9, rush hour traffic. I don't see any cars. Yeah, there's one on the horizon. And there's nobody behind me. Not a soul. There's an upside about being in the middle of nowhere. There is no traffic. The Great Plains. You know, I've never really thought about it. I always thought this was the area where the wheat and corn is grown, but this looks like ranching, grazing land. Well, just checked, and my GPS tells me we are now in the Central Time Zone. I don't know how I missed the marker. I'm always missing the marker, if there was a marker. Well, we stopped at the Love's Travel Center. Even on US Highway 50, it's chain stuff. Anyway, I just stopped for bathroom and peanut M&Ms. Mission accomplished.
Somehow I managed to miss these two very large signs telling me the road was closed ahead.
Oh, look, cattle yards. Kansas. Lots of hamburgers going on over there. Moo. There's some sort of detour marked.
Here's a tip. Once you miss the road closed signs and make it to where the road is physically barricaded closed and you're forced to do a U-turn, it's very difficult to find the detour signs from the other direction. I really wish I could blame somebody else for this, but I can't.
And no strategy on how to navigate that or what the problem is. No markings. I don't know. At least we developed a plan B. At least we have paper maps so I can figure out a strategy. Good Lord. Ah, finally a detour sign. Just west of, correction, just east of Dodge City. And they just go on and on and on.
Well, we made it to Hutchinson, Kansas. 275-mile day, and I was thinking on the way in I'd love a steak. Haven't had a steak in a while. Fighting the cold. And right across the street is a Texas T-bone steakhouse. How fortuitous. Guess what's for dinner? But this place is open and I'm hungry. That was a pretty good meal. So while I'm waiting for my dinner, I'm going through my emails, and I get a notice that Amazon has received my order for a battery charger. I didn't order a battery charger. Order was placed about 3 hours ago while I was on the Spyder. So I had to get up to the room, open up the laptop, and figure out what's going on. Squeeze that in with planning tomorrow and see if I can get some laundry done. I'm glad I got in here early. I keep thinking it's early. It's not. It's actually 4:30. I just haven't set my watch to Central Time Zone yet.
I'm intentionally jogging northeast to connect with I-70 because this part of the country, especially southeast Kansas, is still flooding. And even here in our area here where we're driving to now. A lot of flooding. There was a road I just passed that I thought it was a lake. It was actually a sunken area or where the road's supposed to go across. You can see the stop signs, the tops of the stop signs anyway. Not good. Away from Kansas City. And of course there's road construction. I don't think I've hit a major city yet that isn't doing road construction. And I'm looking for a sign, and there it is. Leaving Kansas for Missouri. And we're here. We're also just a few miles away from our accommodations for the evening. This particular leg, if I didn't get hotel here, there is nothing for another 150 miles, and that's longer than I want to ride today. So we decided to stay in the greater Kansas City area. Not by choice, but it's the way things panned out.
Hey guys, we settled into the hotel here. Where are we? Kansas City, Missouri, just on the outskirts, a little bit to the east, and doing some video editing. That's going to be the rest of the afternoon. I'm not going to leave the room. I'm going to have dinner here. I have got a gourmet meal picked out, so I'm going to show it to you. Miriam, turn your head. Got some Chef Boyardee beef ravioli, some French cut green beans, and some Pringles potato chips. I know what you're thinking. No, you can't have any. Anyway, it's inexpensive, it's filling, and we'll eat a little bit better tomorrow, maybe. So I bought it, might as well eat it.
Well, good morning, campers. Just leaving our hotel in Kansas City. You know, after every night in a different city for almost a month, it all begins to become one giant blur of a hotel and its trip. Feeling refreshed. It's going to be a little warm today. It's already almost 80. It's just a little after 9. Got a late start. My computer was running really slow this morning, so it was really difficult to do some of the admin tasks that I need to do every morning. So I just drink extra coffee. Today our goal is to make it over to Illinois, another state on the list. I feel I've hit a lot of destinations, and I really haven't had a chance to really enjoy the individual destinations that I've landed at. Yeah, I did a lot of Route 60, did some things in Colorado and New Mexico, and that's because I think Miriam was motivating me. But along the route out and the route back, I just made a mental note and kept going. One of the things I wish I had stopped at was the famous Cadillac Ranch in Adrian, Texas. We are now officially back in the east. Well, we're just on the other side of the Mississippi River, picked up Interstate 64, which is the start of Interstate 64, which eventually goes within like 6 miles of my front door. Kind of cool. Hey, good morning. Leaving a little town whose name I've forgotten is just on the other side of the Mississippi River, right outside St. Louis. So I guess technically it's the greater St. Louis area. Today we're heading out to Louisville, Kentucky, where they turn water in the quart into a magic elixir called bourbon. Kind of like a mecca for people like me. Anyway, 270 miles to our next set of accommodations. Took a little fiddling this morning to find one. Looks like there isn't a whole lot available in Louisville. But we found one, got us a reservation, locked in. Leaving Illinois or Indiana. And again, I have no idea what river this is. It's flooded. Coming up on Evansville, Indiana. I also think this is probably one of my last long days. Shooting for about 275 today to get from St. Louis over to Louisville, Kentucky. After that, I think I've got a sub 200 day tomorrow, just because of where the hotels spread out, the availability of hotels, and then maybe a 250 and a 240. So not too bad. Well, Indiana's got some beautiful farmland. You know, the outside air temperature is 91 degrees, so a little warm, not too bad. Humidity's not too bad. And I was thinking, you know, it'd be nice to have a little shower right about now, but nothing's on the horizon. So, you know, I have plenty of bottled water, so I don't want to improvise. So I stopped at the last rest stop and got an extra bottle of water out. And now that I'm moving, I dumped, since my outfit is moisture wicking, designed to move the moisture from your skin to the outside and let it dry. I took water and put it inside my, just really dampened my my upper torso and down my neck and along the pants legs, so they're nice and damp. And with the wind blowing on it, it's cool. It's like somebody's turned air conditioning on. Yeah. Cool idea. Keeps the fatigue of the heat from getting to you. Very nice. And something else that helps quite a bit too. Where you're setting, it's easy to get warm because of the heat and the perspiration. But what I do, once I make sure there's no traffic around me, and of course there's traffic now, is I stand up and hang on to the hand grips, and the footboards are nice and comfortable. You know, I can just stand there and ride standing up for a while, let the air blow through my clothing. It's very refreshing. Yeah, that does feel good. Feels good on the back, in addition to to my butt cheeks. Let them have some air. I have no idea if this is legal or illegal. You know, it's not a safety issue from any way I see it, as long as I'm not turning. You know, just take maybe 30, 60 seconds. Nice, refreshing. Yep, the Ohio River. Leaving Indiana for Kentucky. on the road, leaving our accommodations just west of Louisville, where we spent the night last night. Our destination, where we had liked to have stayed, was Charleston, West Virginia. However, apparently something is transpiring in Charleston because there are no hotel rooms available. I did find one. It was $300, and I didn't see a need to spend $300 in Charleston, West Virginia for a hotel. So we're going to move on a little further down the road to Beckley, West Virginia. That's going to add another hour to our drive today. Makes it a little bit more than I wanted to shoot for, about 275 miles. But it shouldn't be too bad today. That will put us into Waynesboro, Virginia tomorrow night, and then the next night in our own bed. I'm kind of looking forward to that after about 30 days. I love this trip, but it's starting to age a little bit. Anyway, I noticed something this morning after yesterday's ride to the heat and humidity that my helmet is starting to smell a little funky when I started to put it on this morning. So fortunately, all the padding comes out so I can wash it when I get home. West Virginia, another state on the trip. After today, we'll have 2 more days of riding, one short day, one about 2:20, and we'll be home. And my return home, I didn't take any rest days. Didn't feel like I really needed them. Really, I just sat in the hotel room and watched television, so I'm caught up on all my work. Well, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap this video up. It's just up the street. We have a hotel room waiting for us with a hot shower, a hot meal, and a cold beer. In the next video, we'll wind up the Asphalt Odyssey. Thanks for watching.
If you like this video, give it a thumbs up.
If you don't like it, give it a thumbs down.
And don't forget to subscribe.
Feel free to leave a comment below.